the Outlaw, Matt Reardon. It's time to address something. Well, some things, and very major things, that I strongly believe to be an enormous threat to our society. Not the fabricated threat that this county wants to conjure up to any extent. First off, while Lafayette County feels it's okay to not comply with the legal obligation to produce public records upon request, and fall back on a pathetic scapegoat excuse of it being because of riding with the Outlaw and the publishing of my discoveries on my website, to also include the Oxford Outlaw Facebook page. Let me say this, it doesn't matter what I do with it. The fact is, it's a public record, and it holds high relevance to my case, which I've thoroughly stated. Not to mention the First Amendment. It's the cornerstone of our rights as citizens and can be attributed to the freedoms we have and enjoy today. Does Lafayette County feel that it has complete immunity protection through its sham and obnoxious coercion tactic, the covenant to not sue? Do they feel it gives them the right to not comply with a FOIA public records request, which has now been upgraded to a public records demand? And are the taxpayers of Lafayette County pleased with their leadership, that their tax dollars are going to undoubtedly be used fighting a legal battle that the county itself is deciding to open up through not complying, which undoubtedly will result in the information that was requested multiple times being court-ordered by a judge on a subpoena? What is it, or who is it, that they're trying to hide and shield from the public in this information that I'm requesting? Why is it that the FBI thinks they're high and mighty to the point of completely ignoring a FOIA request as well? For an investigative report called a 302, and won't even assign it a request number despite it being over a week past its allotted time to be produced, even with an expedite request put on it due to the statute of limitations expiring just 2.5 weeks from now. Maybe it's because something happened to my 302, which goes to proving my innocence beyond a shadow's doubt, beyond all reasonable doubt, as I've been led to believe on 2 different calls that they were unable to find it in their electronic database. The ironic thing is that they'd never lose a document such as that if it were something that would bar someone from being able to purchase a gun. When it comes to that, their database is completely intact. But it's all about a political agenda. If it points out flaws and negligence, or if it shows wrongdoing, they clearly deny and obstruct. The same 2 working tactics deployed by the Democrats for the better part of a century that will likely never cease to exist. Why has the U.S. Attorney's Office ignored every call and voicemail left over the last 5 to 6 weeks in regards to an absolutely sickening quid pro quo public corruption scandal, where my civil rights were absolutely slaughtered on a completely fake and bogus framed charge that the FBI just sat by doing nothing, despite holding proof of my innocence? Furthermore, why hasn't the United States Department of Justice stepped in to intervene for accountability and responsibility purposes? Especially when all this is going on and every agency tasked with preventing public corruption seems to be directly playing a part in it by turning a blind eye and trying to sweep it and even evidence under the table. It's outrageous. When I started on my discovery for this case, I felt that the system was weighted, clearly with some corruption. Over the past couple of months, I've witnessed a system that is far beyond that which I originally thought. It is clear to me now that our legal system, that I thought was just weighted, is in fact off tilt, on its side, and quickly spiraling out of control. Society as we knew it is quickly fading away, and our fundamental rights, values, and freedoms that both protected us and separated us from the rest of the world have eroded away.